Well, when I had a boyfriend and he would send me a letter, we had an old, I should have started. We had an old outhouse. I mean, that was our bathroom. And he would get up on the roof of he'd go get the mail, rather, and then he'd get up on the top of the outhouse, and he'd act like he was opening that letter. And then he'd say, "Oh, honey, how are you?" He'd just take on and on. And actually, I don't know, Mother just had to come and get him and tell him to get down and stop it.
Some of my best memories were when Mom and Dad would drive all over the country supporting me in sporting events. When I was in junior college, we were playing regional basketball in Sterling, Colorado. We weren't expecting to win, but we kept winning, and Dad had extra time on his hands, so he went and bought a boat. That's the same boat he still has. He loved following his grandkids and great-grandkids in sports. He was a super fan. On one occasion, Mom and him drove to York to watch Landon play soccer. The problem was Landon didn't have a game that night. They watched some random soccer game and then drove home. We didn't hear this story until much later. Grandpa often said he was so glad he got to watch Landon graduate. I've been transporting him to Lincoln once a month since October for dental work. God knew that I needed that time with him. We had wonderful conversations despite the fact that he thought he was a bother. I never thought of it that way. To me, it was a chance to spend quality time with him, and I'm so thankful now that I got to do that. I don't know about Denise and Carla, but I remember many times during my marriage, we would need something fixed. Rather than have my husband and I try to fix it, I usually said, "We need to call Dad to help."
A memory I will always have of Grandpa Butch is one of the first times I met him. We went outside to roast marshmallows that evening as a family, and I'm the first one up, and so I put my marshmallow on the poker and put it in the pit, and shortly after the marshmallow catches on fire, and it turns black, and it's not edible, so we throw the marshmallow away back into the fire, and he's kind of chuckling, and he says, "Hey, let me show you something." And so he puts on his marshmallow on his poker, and I'm wondering what he's about to show me. And then he proceeds to put on this masterclass clinic on how to roast marshmallows. He would get it golden brown, and then he'd take off the shell, and then he'd get it golden brown again, and then take off the shell. And I didn't even know this is possible, and so it completely blew my mind watching him do that. It kind of caught me off guard, and it's one of those little things. One of those little teaching moments that he had with me that I will always remember. He was very good about teaching you in a way that was easy to digest and learn, but also made you feel special the way that he taught and would talk to you and show you. And so I'm gonna miss Grandpa Butch. I'm gonna miss talking with him. I'm gonna miss his wittiness, his great sense of humor. Just a terrific man, and someone that I will miss dearly.
When I think of Butch, I think of all of the teaching moments that he has had with me and everyone in the family. People knew of him in so many different roles, whether he was a fishing buddy, a craftsman, or someone to watch hundreds of sporting events with. Above all, though, I saw him as a teacher, someone who imparted wisdom from a wealth of experience. I'm kind of envious of not ever working for him in my youth. However, I appreciated the home improvement project experiences that we had together. And he always, and I mean always, was able to troubleshoot any problem we ever ran into. Sometimes I wonder if he allowed me to make mistakes just so it could become a teaching moment for what not to do or what to pay attention to in the future. Brenda and I love seeing him and Carolyn at all the sporting events, from 3-year-old soccer through Butch watching Landon over the last few years. I had never experienced anything like grandparents driving 3 hours across the state to watch a season of 3-year-old soccer games. They were amazing grandparents, and he was an amazing grandpa. This was the ultimate teaching lesson that he passed on. Thank you, Butch.
I have so many memories of my Grandpa Butch that it's hard to pick just one. From camping when we were little, to fishing in his boat, to skiing, to tubing, making s'mores almost every weekend in the summer, to Christmases and Easters and Thanksgiving and football season. He is everywhere. I think one of the things that I will continue to cherish about him is the way that he connected with people, the way that he made you feel important no matter what time of day, no matter where you were. He always had time to sit and talk to you and to listen. I think that is passed on to some of my children as I watch them continue to grow in who they are as human beings and continue to live his legacy. He is one of the greatest men that I have ever known, and I am so grateful that I was able to know him and know him truly, and that my parents gave me the opportunity to be around and help raise us kids. I am heartbroken, and I am also so grateful, and I feel so lucky to be able to have such a great person in my life and my children's lives. He will be missed forever.
Going up to go shoot guns in the fields, we sang up the whole way of one of songs, and we found our favorite song.
When I was 5 years old, Grandpa Butch and I went to our first Husker football game together, and I would continue to go with him for the next 12 years. I still remember the excitement I had till this day, and it returned every single time I got to go with him. We had the same routine till the last couple of years, where we would get dropped off closer to the stadium. We would always start off by parking in the Wendy's parking lot and then head over to the Student Union to get some Valentino's pizza and a Pepsi, of course. We would then start heading to the stadium and walk by the accordion player, and we would stay around for a little bit and listen to him. After that, we would get back on route to the stadium. After a little bit of the walk, we would get to Adjit, which was my tree. Ever since I was 5, I would try to climb this tree every time we passed it. After passing him, we would then make our way to our seats, where every game we got 2 chairs and 2 Pepsis and got ready to go for a good game. If you knew Grandpa Butch, you would know that how much he loves talking to people. And by the time I was 15, I think even I knew everyone in our section and had talked to him because my grandpa had started a conversation with them at one point during one of the games. One of the main people we met we called the South Dakota guys, who were always a super fun group and would always come out of their way to talk to my grandpa. Even though he hasn't been able to make it the past couple of years, I have continued to go, and the South Dakota guys ask about him every single game and truly care about him. There were several lessons my grandpa taught me about being a better person at these games. One of these was when we were at a really hot game, and we were pretty hot ourselves, but I had brought a cooling towel for Grandpa. As soon as he saw the older lady sitting in front of us was a little hot, he gave her the towel immediately. And even though I could tell he was hot, he still put a person who he didn't truly know above himself, and that meant a lot to me. I learned so much from you, and I'll always miss you.
One of many favorite moments with Grandpa was when we headed to the lake one night to drop off the camper for an upcoming camping trip. On the way, we were talking back and forth, and in the middle of Grandpa telling me a story, he veers to the side of the road, wiping out a group of raccoons, then swerving the truck and fifth wheel back into the lane without ever stopping his story. I was laughing so hard because he acted like nothing ever happened. Shortly after, he said, "We have a raccoon problem." A few more miles down the road, we came across a rattlesnake in the middle of the road. We stopped the truck, and Grandpa grabbed the shovel in the back of the truck and dispatched the snake. He then removed the rattles from the snake and gave them to me. I still have those rattles today.
Oh, Grandpa Butch, I'm gonna miss you so much. We've had a lot of fun times together. Some of my favorites were going camping out at the lake and then going out on the boat, going skiing and tubing. And then the best part was at nighttime around the campfire, you telling bear stories. And man, nobody can tell bear stories like you can. I'm so glad you're able to see Grandma now. But I'm really gonna miss you. I love you, Grandpa.
Grandpa Butch is a special kind of guy. I feel privileged for even knowing him. And him and I, we related to each other on so many different levels. I mean, he was about the only guy I could talk to about women's Nebraska basketball. He just loved Nebraska sports. He'd have sports on, watching it all the time. From deer hunting and shooting pheasants with bolt action 410 to picking out what thin fin or color of Rapala I wanted to put out on our lead core lines when we were trolling Cambridge Lake. I probably appreciate the most his ability to teach me some construction stuff and woodworking and how to use my hands to make something that's worth being proud of. I'm glad that my kids got to know him. I'm glad that they got to grow up with great grandparents in their life, and just the lessons and just the activities that he got to be involved with them. I remember on his 82nd birthday, he was crawling down on the ground playing trucks with my son. And I just thought, that's a special moment right there. I love you, Grandpa.
I will always remember Nebraska as such a special place growing up. Between camping in the trailer, boating, fishing, riding horses, and getting to see my favorite grandparents, those memories meant everything to me. I didn't always get to see them all the time growing up, so every visit felt really special. And I remember it always took me a little while to warm up. I've been shy ever since I was little. So if you had asked me to get up and speak in front of everyone, I would have laughed and said absolutely not. So thank you, Ryan, for these voice recordings. But Grandpa Butch was always my baby home. It started when I was little. I would hide behind the corner and we would just yell "baby home" at each other. And somehow it turned into our little game. Whoever saw each other first in the morning, or whoever saw each other first in general and said it first, meant you won for that whole day. We played it every morning and it was our thing. And I'll never admit who won last. So Grandpa Butch always had the best stories. We'd all look forward to his bear stories around the campfire, or even stories in the closet, which for some reason was also my bedroom growing up. He always just felt like home when I got to see him. This one definitely really hurt, but I will always carry a special place for you in my heart. And baby home, I love you so much.
Hey, Dad. I love you more.